Oh, hi honey, I guess you're ready for me to make dinner. I'm just going to finish up this last couple pages of this chapter and I'll meet you right in there, okay? Hi, I'm Amy from Utah and I am so excited to be here today. I just learned about Real Women of Philadelphia and I was so excited to find out there was a contest cooking with Philadelphia cream cheese. It's one of my favorite things to cook with. I have a passion for cooking and I've been cooking since I was about 14 years old. My husband and I are about ready to celebrate our 19th wedding anniversary and I've been cooking for him since before we were married. We now have 6 beautiful children who enjoy all of the recipes that we make. Now, when I first found out about this, I thought there are so many different recipes that you can make with Philadelphia cream cheese because it's so versatile. I mean, the options are unlimited. So I really got to thinking, and family favorite here in our home is definitely Mexican. So I decided to make one of our favorite recipes, which is creamy cheese chicken enchiladas. First thing, we want to go ahead and add just a couple tablespoons of bacon grease, and I like to cook with bacon grease because I just love the flavor that it gives. Next, we're going to go ahead and add our onions and our garlic. We're going to put the lid on, but not tight because I really don't want a lot of moisture building up in the pan. We want a little bit to escape. As far as our spices, we have a teaspoon each of salt, chicken bouillon, and cumin. I have a half a tablespoon of chili powder and Spanish paprika. I like to use Spanish paprika because I like the smoky flavor that it gives. Here we have roughly chopped a green bell pepper, and then here I just broke apart a can of large olives, and here a finely grated carrot. Just about every recipe that I make, whether it's a sauce or whatever, I will put a vegetable grated or chopped or pureed into it. And so my kids get their vegetables and they don't even know. And it's helped them acquire a taste for veggies. I never have to argue with my kids. They love vegetables. We also have a can of green chilies and we have 2 cups of crushed tomatoes. And then of course we have our chicken. We're going to go ahead and add our spices. All of those right in here, and that's going to soak up any of the fat, the grease, almost like when you make a roux or a gravy. You want all your grease soaked up, and that's what we're going to let those spices do. Now we're going to come over here, and we want our tomatoes. Okay. I've cut out all the fat. I've trimmed it well. This is about 4 chicken breasts. We're going to go ahead and add our chicken to the pot. Now see, that chicken is just going to sit in there, and we're going to be sure it's all covered. We're going to put a lid on it. Now we're going to make that cheese, that creamy cheese that's going to go into our enchiladas. Okay, we're going to start with, of course, Philadelphia cream cheese. I have 2 8-ounce packages cubed up here at room temperature. And then we're going to add some sour cream. And then we don't need too much, but we do want to add just a pinch of salt and a little fresh cracked pepper. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and just blend this together. And it's going to take a few minutes to get it incorporated, but you really want it mixed well. We've got our chicken going over there and it smells so good. I wish you could smell it. Doesn't that look delicious? Our chicken is done cooking. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove it from the heat. Now, what we want is we're going to scoop out just our chicken pieces and we're going to pulse them in the food processor. It's a much quicker way to shred them. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look fabulous? All right, now we're going to go back on over to the stove. So I'm going to get this all together and I'll meet you back into the stove in just a minute. Okay, now this is the really exciting part because this is where everything starts to come together. We've got in our pan just our sauce because we've removed the chicken and pureed it. We're going to add now our cream. Philadelphia cream cheese, sour cream, salt, and pepper. We're just going to go ahead and fold it in. Look at how that's coming together. And again, we're going to reserve some of this for our sauce, our enchilada sauce. It's going to go right over the top. And then all of our veggies are going to go in here. This smells so good. So good. We're going to go ahead and add our carrots. We're going to add our bell pepper and our black olives. And then, of course, our green chilies. Look at that. I'm just going to give it a stir. Get a better spoon to stir that. Oh, doesn't that look good? All right, now go ahead and just pour half of this right in there. And then we're going to let the rest of this stay on that low heat. Really work with this. We're going to incorporate all that together. All right, let's give it a quick taste. That is good. What I did was I popped a couple of corn tortillas in a bag and put them in the microwave for about 30 seconds. And what we're going to do is now they're perfectly steamed, and we're going to lay them out, fill them, roll them, and put them in our pan. Dinner's getting close. Okay. Just going to put a little bit inside each one. Just like that. And then we're going to put these, I've had the oven preheating at 350. We're going to put these in for about 30 minutes. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and ladle some of this right over the top. Some cheese. And we're going to put those in the oven for 30 minutes. These are they smell so good and they look so good. We're just going to do a few finishing touches. Here I have some homemade salsa that I make. You can just buy a salsa that you want from the store, or why don't you try and make your own? There's a million recipes online. And then some fresh cilantro. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take just one of these enchiladas. We're going to cut into it, and I'm going to let you take a look. Oh, that looks phenomenal. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, look at all that cream. Look at that. Let's try a bite. That is so good. And so creamy. And really, unless you tell your guests or your kids or your husband, they'll never even know there's vegetables in there. Why don't you go ahead and give this recipe a try. Have a great day. Thank you so much.